1 2. This is your boy Mohammed Yahya, Mozambique Manu, and I'm here all the way from London, UK, representing Mozambique, and I want to send a big shout out to my people, Unknown Sound.
Nothing can stop the red owl.
With skillful manipulating of the press, they're able to make the victim look like the criminal, and the criminal look like the victim.
Nem tudo que tá sabendo a ler é verdade. Nem tudo que tá sabendo a ler é verdade. A realidade é nua e crua. Puseram o mundo em causa e agora o quê? We come to this world with a blank mind, then we just feeding on the knowledge as we live life. Don't matter if you're black, don't matter if you're white, don't matter if you're wrong, don't matter if you're right. It is what it is, but the truth's in the hustle, man. So you can feel who's real and who's lying then. We just learn and using logic as empowerment. Real power's people, not the government. The media sometimes spread different like a media. In between the lines, stay focused and serious. Tell you what you want cause you're curious. Real journalists feel furious. Cause they just want real facts. But there's agendas attached. Get your network tight. Some of them dying in Iraq, why is that? Same reason why them towers got attacked. Don't believe in everything, use your own brain to think. Are we really free or slaves? Yeah, you can fall for anything, you can have a swim or sink. Is it all about who's safe? Cause when the shit goes down, Mohammed Yahya pays the price when them things go black. When the shit goes down, is it for the truth or the love of the power?
I don't believe in politicians. Whenever they speak, they colonize your whole mind through a media siege. Televise their own life so you can swallow and see. They stop behaving like the monkey that they want you to be. Little puppets wake up and start facing the truth. Attacks money spent on wars, they neglected our youth. Suppressing the truth, they lie in the news. That's why I spit that real every time in the booth. Check it, my enemy is not you. Please hear me, my brother, but the one who made the guns to kill one another. We carry straps and shop food cause the money is good. But tell me who flooded all the drugs in the hood. This world is nothing but a test, an empty mirage. A journey through the physical before meeting with God. So I educate myself to politics all around. So I'll never be surprised when the shit's going down.
Don't believe in everything, use your own brain to think. Are we really free or slaves? Yeah, you can fall for anything, you can have a swim or sink. Is it all about who's safe? Cause when the shit goes down, who pays the price when them things go black? When the shit goes down, is it for the truth or the love of the power?
Now it's really getting complicated. I see the way the population been indoctrinated. Clock the basics in this world is full of politics. But the problem is we on the verge of an apocalypse. While conglomerates are making money selling weapons, looking down from up above and taking man for peasants. Learn the lesson, we need to break the cycle. The key to our survival is that we should not be rivals. Time to turn the table, time to flip the script. Cause I don't wanna be the captain of a sinking ship. And when you think of it, it's foolish how we fight and see the system would be frightened if they saw us stand united. I'm a voice that can't be silenced and I represent the people. Don't play the hierarchy because everyone is equal. They think they can defeat you but you gotta hold your ground. Keep your head above the water while the ship is going down.
Don't believe in everything, use your own brain to think. Are we really free or slaves? Yeah, you can fall for anything, you could have a swim or sink. Is it all about who's safe? Cause when the ship goes down, who pays the price when them things go black? When the ship goes down, is it for the truth or the love of the world?
Solution to the imaginary problem.
Καλησπέρα, Airtop 106.7, Unknown Sound, Beyond the Neighborhood η εκπομπή, επεισόδιο δεύτερο. Μαζί μας σήμερα ο Mohammed Yahya.
Γεννημένος στη Μοζαμβίκη, με βάση στο Λονδίνο.
Με συνεργασίες με Dead Prez και Price και έχει μοιραστεί τη σκηνή μαζί με Bambaataa, Talib, Kweli και Brother Ali.
Άγγελος, Αληγιάννης και Πέτρος, Χρηστίδης στο μικρόφωνο. Είναι η δεύτερη εκπομπή και πάμε εμείς σιγά σιγά να μπούμε στη συνέντευξη.
We riding it straight, my people inflicted with torture and pain. Our histories, I'm trying to disclaim. Keep us enslaved in mental chains. Police abuse, everyday face. Natural resources, everyday rape. Anger inside, should I restrain or get up and march them under the change? Povo não unido é povo enfraquecido. truthfully we know we're not treated the same. I know there are some who try to deny the things that I say, they call it a lie. Read the statistics, give it a try. Open your mind and you'll be surprised. Poor housing, no education herself. It's like they want us to fail, giving us hell, beat us around, or locking us down inside of a cell. Regardless of the strain, yes, my people will prevail. They may enslave our bodies, but our spirits will rebel. Truthfully, we want to be free from police brutality. The fallacy still it remains, cause clearly we know we're not treated the same. How many more were still from the poor? I'm seeing my brothers get choked on the floor. The innocent killed in the name of the law. Lord, I swear I'll never conform. Raise up a storm, run up the guns and return in a storm. Demanding our right to life must value our sacrifice. But how can we strive if we never unite? We turn on each other and bust off the pipe, neglecting the fact we are beings alike. Brother, it's time to shine your light, allowing your beauty to come alive. Truthfully, we want to be free from police brutality. The fallacy will always remain until the day we're treated the same.
I want me tell them say, hey, why must a black man stray? Why must a black man stray?
How many more? How many more? How many more? How many more?
Want me tell them say, hey, 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 hey. They strain from my brain, and it's nonsense from my brain.
So, and we have Mohammed Yahya here with us. Hello there.
Peace and love, bro.
We are very glad to have here with us at Unknown Sound. So, let's start. I want to ask you, you were born in Mozambique during the Civil War. At what age did you move in England?
Okay, so I was born in Mozambique, and I was born during the Civil War, right in the middle of the Civil War, shortly after the independence from Portugal. Okay, so I was born 5 years after the independence from Portugal, and this should have been a time where Mozambicans were rebuilding the country and uniting and establishing a new infrastructure after their freedom. But instead, two different political parties started fighting for power. A political party called Renamo and another one called Frelimo. And this led to a war, a civil war, that lasted for 16 years. So I was born right amongst that.
Oh, I see.
I just wanted to give a context, okay?
Yes.
So I had to run away from my country and move to Portugal at the age of 2. And from there, I remained in Portugal until I was 10. And then when I was 10 years old, I moved to London. And that's where I currently reside.
Oh, I see. Did you get into hip-hop while you were in London? How did you start?
Okay, so this is interesting. I actually developed a love for hip-hop in Portugal.
Oh.
Because for me, I was still living in Portugal. And I wasn't even 10, but I remember the first time that I saw rappers come onto the scene in Portugal. It was the first time that I was seeing someone that looked like me being presented in a really dignified, positive way. Do you understand? Because you have to understand that at that time in Portugal, growing up, we didn't have a positive representation of Africans. Okay? So, for example, there wasn't literature available to me about the great kingdoms that existed in Africa for thousands of years and for centuries before kingdoms were established in Europe. There was none of that was empowering. All we were told as in Portugal, for example, let me give you an example. My sister, she's 6 years older than me. She's 6 years older than me. And she remembers in the school in Portugal when they taught her that Africans were 3/4 human being. They weren't even full human being. They were animal. Do you understand the type of... So for me, when I saw rappers coming on my TV screen, it gave me a lot of confidence because I was seeing them represented in a positive way, not as slaves. I was seeing... I saw like people like Queen Latifah with a big African pendant. So I didn't know what they were saying, but I could see that they were very confident. So that empowered me, and I developed a love for hip-hop and the style and the culture. And only when I moved to London and I started developing my English, because Portuguese is my first language.
Oh, okay.
So when I started developing my English, then I started realizing and understanding what the rappers were talking about. And I could relate to those things, whether it was a displacement in how, you know, finances were distributed amongst the community, you know, or police brutality. I could relate to these things, poverty. I could relate to these things, do you understand? So I was like, wow, you know, I can really relate to that, you know? So that's how I developed my love for hip-hop, basically. Sorry, that was a super long answer.
You remember any of first rapper?
I mean, it was that whole era of like Queen Latifah, but I was like all super small. I was super young. So like some things were just there but didn't have an impact. Some things it was just more how they looked and stuff. But you know, as time went past, I've loved everything, man. I mean, for me, like my golden years were like probably the mid-90s. I really love that time, you know, but I'm a person that I can appreciate different I don't get stuck in a time zone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate the beginning where it was very much about the DJ. So the DJ was the one, and the MC was there to kind of almost make his DJ look good. So he was very DJ centered. And then he moved on to more the rapper, where stuff started becoming more centered around the rapper, the MC. The DJ was there, but now it's like the DJ is there to make the rapper look good. It was not so much the rapper there to make the DJ look good as it was initially on the street. But do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And then now it's more, I think, in a way, it's not about the lyricism no more. It's more about the sound and the vibe. So it's very much about the production of the beat and the vibe. Do you understand? That's why, I mean, even though I feel that there's still remarkable lyricists right now, I feel that the majority now is more about a vibe. So it's very much about the production and the vibe. You could be mumbling, you could be not saying nothing, or you could be saying Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, all song, but it's about a vibe, and that's what people seem to be drawn to nowadays. So it's more about the producer. So I feel like it's gone from DJ to MC to now the producer in a way.
And no lyrics, like the old days.
Γεννήθηκε στην Μοζαμβίκη κατά τη διάρκεια του εμφυλίου πολέμου και πιο συγκεκριμένα 5 χρόνια μετά την ανεξαρτησία της χώρας από την Πορτογαλία. Αυτή υποτίθεται ότι ήταν η στιγμή στην οποία οι Μοζαμβικανοί θα συμπορεύονταν με ένα πνεύμα ενότητας ως μια ανεξάρτητη πλέον χώρα. Ανταυτού όμως, 2 πολιτικά κόμματα άρχισαν να πολεμούν το ένα το άλλο για την εξουσία, δημιουργώντας μια κατάσταση η οποία θα κατέληγε σε έναν πόλεμο, ο οποίος θα κρατούσε για 16 χρόνια. Έτσι λοιπόν, στη ηλικία 2 ετών, ο Μοχάμεντ θα φύγει μαζί με την οικογένειά του να πάει στην Πορτογαλία, από όπου θα φύγει σε ηλικία των 10 για να μετακομίσει στο Λονδίνο, όπου μένει ακόμα μέχρι σήμερα. Ασχολήθηκες με τη hip hop όταν ήσουν στο Λονδίνο, πώς ξεκίνησες, ρωτάει ο Άγγελος. Ανέπτυξε μια αγάπη για το είδος της hip hop στην Πορτογαλία για πρώτη φορά, γιατί ήταν η πρώτη φορά που είδε κάποιον που του μοιάζει να παρουσιάζεται με έναν αξιοπρεπή θετικό τρόπο. Εκείνη την εποχή μεγαλώνοντας στην Πορτογαλία, μας λέει, δεν είχαμε μια θετική απεικόνηση των Αφρικανών και σίγουρα δεν υπήρχε υλικό για να μάθω για τον πολιτισμικό πλούτο αυτής της υπήρου. Θυμάται χαρακτηριστικά ότι κατά 6 χρόνια μεγαλύτερη σε ηλικία αδερφή του είχε διδαχθεί στο σχολείο ότι οι Αφρικανοί είναι κατά τα 3/4 άνθρωποι και κατά το 1/4 ζώα. Λογικό και επόμενο λοιπόν όταν είδε για πρώτη φορά rappers στην τηλεόραση και να παρουσιάζονται με έναν τρόπο θετικό, διαφορετικό από ό,τι είχε συνηθίσει, ακόμα και αν δεν ήξερε τι έλεγαν, είχαν μεγάλη αυτοπεποίθηση και αυτό έδωσε πολύ αυτοπεποίθηση και στον ίδιο, ο οποίος όταν πήγε στην Αγγλία και πλέον εξελίχθηκε στην αγγλική γλώσσα, μπορούσε πλέον να καταλάβει τι έλεγαν τα κομμάτια και μπορούσε να ταυτιστεί πολύ καλύτερα μαζί τους και με τους καλλιτέχνες. Ρωτάμε αν θυμάται κάποιον από τους πρώτους ράπερ που του κέντρισαν το ενδιαφέρον. Για τον ίδιο δεν μπορεί να ξεχωρίσει κάποιον, αλλά η καλύτερη εποχή του ήταν στα μέσα του 90 περισσότερο. Ο ίδιος χωρίζει την hip hop σε 3 περιόδους. Την πρώτη, στην οποία επίκεντρο ήταν ο DJ και πλαισιωνόταν από τον MC. Μετά η περίοδος που το επίκεντρο ήταν ο MC και τον πλαισίωνε ο DJ. Και πλέον θεωρώ ότι βρισκόμαστε στην εποχή του παραγωγού, όπου ο κόσμος έλκεται περισσότερο από ένα vibe που μπορεί να έχει ένα κομμάτι, χωρίς να ακυρώνει, στιχουργικά μιλώντας πάντα, ότι υπάρχουν πολλοί αξιόλογοι MCs στις μέρες μας.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
And I'm not telling you this to make you emotional. I'm telling you because there are people who want to conquer your soul. And the way you conquer the soul of a man is you put fear in him and you make him surrender.
Mohammed Yahya, J Sass, a world full of sin. They say the good die young, so my future is destined to terminate my lifespan because of the message I'm spreading. Take time to study the facts, then clarify all the lies that they gave us, because our supposedly leaders are murderers and perpetrators, stone-hearted terrorists in quest for global control, stuttering the innocent for Iraqian soil. The mess that they done, there's much more to come. Poison factories owned by Saddam, up to now they found none. I think about the innocent killed, the blood that was spilled, or the atrocities committed for their dreams to be real. Deep inside I know they're nothing but vultures, corrupting our cultures, invading our lands, and then robbing our folders. They've done it for years, dropping bombs in Afghan, leaving the children in tears. They want to lead the masses, regardless of the cost, shooting down Palestinians while they pray in the mosque. So I refuse to be a slave of their pagan ideologies. Regardless of apologies, they'll never govern properly. Probably always keep us far from the truth. So I educate myself and pass it down to the youth.
And you don't have time to waste believing that you're young and that you can involve yourself in sport and play, because when the enemies of truth drop the bombs on the world of Islam, the number one target and the number one people that suffer the most, it is the children who suffer. It is the old. It is the women. They become widows. And they poison the waters and the air, and the children are born with cancers and other diseases.
And yo, it's hard surviving in a world full of sin. Twisted hymns, broken morals, corrupted by jinns. Evil tyrants, fake leaders, rule our merciless kings. The wicked will perish, the righteous will flourish. But we have to start, yo, embracing the deen, embracing the deen. And yo, it's hard surviving in a world full of sin. Twisted hymns, broken morals, corrupted by jinns. Evil tyrants, fake leaders, rule our merciless kings. The wicked will perish, the righteous will flourish. But we have to start, yo, embracing the deen, embracing the deen. Tortured souls, broken hearted and scarred, thrown off a ship or bloody tides, turned into a human graveyard. Full of dead flesh, amalgamated torsos with the rotten carcasses, stench with little whips, they hacked us. Metal hooks and tie chains, this crooked devils trapped us. Brainwashed us with their filthy doctrines. We're definitely blinded to the cause. A nation of lost souls divided from the source of Nyanifa. When certain leaders speak, it's like I'm hearing Satan's whispers. So I fortify my thoughts with Quranic scriptures. Continuous recitation of a stuck for the law. Cultivating energies for Tahajjud Salah. Far from vast or celestially charged, engulfed by a world full of sin. The balance between angels and jinns. Chemicals blazing through the skies, they're feeding us lies. Microchips under our skin, it's time to open our eyes. We're living in the last days, where the creator's been forgotten, but evil tyrants always seem to get praised. And it's okay to be an addict who won't even brag about it. If you're speaking of oppression, then they call you a fanatic. Pessimists creating havoc, red alert, they start to panic, and probably always keep us far from the truth. So I educate myself and pass it down to the youth. Surviving in a world full of sin, twisted hymns, broken morals, corrupted by jinns. Evil tyrants, fake leaders, rule out merciless kings. The wicked will perish, the righteous will flourish. But we have to start, yo, embracing the deen, embracing the deen. And yo, it's hard surviving in a world full of sin. Twisted hymns, broken morals, corrupted by jinns. Evil tyrants, fake leaders, rule out merciless kings. The wicked will perish, the righteous will flourish. But we have to start, yo, embracing the deen, embracing the deen.
Oh, I wish I had more time. I could tell brothers and sisters. The real terrorists are the people who profess to bring peace and democracy and liberation to the world. The blood of the innocent is all in their hands, and they're like vampires. They plot the death and the destruction of those whom they hate and despise. I'm telling you, make it to the hereafter. Make it to the hereafter. Trust Allah and don't be intimidated.
Did publicity come after your collaboration with Dead Prez and St. Price?
Yeah, some of it. To be honest, the song with Dead Prez, we definitely got some publicity with that. The song with Sean Price, we released it at a time where that group was breaking up and that label was actually folding. So the label, at the time, it was like one of the best independent hip-hop labels in this country, in UK. However, what they did is that they released releases of multiple artists which were bigger than us at the time. So they invested their finances and their energy into that. They even licensed a Kool G Rap album, which they released. You know what I'm saying? But then by the time they got to us, the label folded and the guys went to Thailand and they didn't put no money into the promotion and stuff. So the album didn't do that well because they closed the label down. So they didn't even pay us for that. I didn't see a penny from that label.
Ouch.
So what I had to do, literally. So, it's crazy, bro.
Yes, crazy. Exactly.
It's crazy. So, but it's cool because I'm a hustler and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a survivor and I always look ahead. I used like circumstances like this to make me stronger and overcome the obstacle. So what I did is I started bootlegging my own CD. I was like, fuck it, man. I started bootlegging, and then after a little bit, I started manufacturing. I got the machinery to start manufacturing my own CDs. And then after that, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go and get people. So I started getting a street team. So after a little while, we had sold over 12,000 albums ourselves. So it's cool because after that, we sold even more and even more and even more. So I actually ended up making more money than I would have through the label with that.
Oh, I see. Perfect. Also, you have set the stage with Talib, Kweli, Africa Bambaataa, Brother Ali. How did that come about?
Each one of them has been a different, with Africa Bambaataa, when they came to UK, I was asked to perform. So I got booked, my group Native Son, we got booked to perform and open up for them. But with Talib Kweli, I've done about 4 USA tours. And on one of the tours, I think we performed with him a couple of times. There's a festival called Trinity Festival, which is an international hip-hop festival that takes place in a university called Trinity College, which is situated in Connecticut. So not far from New York. And they have literally rappers, MCs, B-boys, graph artists, the whole thing. Beatboxers, everything from different parts of the world, from Brazil to Russia to Iran to China, like all over. You know what I'm saying? It's dope, and it's a whole weekend. Yes. So I performed there. I got booked and paid to perform there, and we were also hosting the show. So I was the one that we introduced Talib Kweli to that show and stuff. So he's dope, man. He's dope.
Absolutely, yes.
And with Brother Ali, that's my friend. That's actually my friend. And actually, I just finished recording a new song with him.
Oh, that's very, very nice. And when you release it?
Hopefully, it's actually myself, Brother Ali, but the song is going to be on. We are both just featured on the track because the song belongs to a dope artist called Khalid Sadiq. He's also my friend. So I think he wants to release it within the next 2 months.
Oh, very nice. I wait to send this track.
Η δημοσιότητα ήρθε μετά τις συνεργασίες σου με τους Dead Prez και τον Sean Price. Το τραγούδι με τους Dead Prez έδωσε λίγη δημοσιότητα. Αυτό με το Son Price το κυκλοφορήσαμε όταν το group διαλυόταν και το label έκλεινε. Το label εκείνη την εποχή ήταν από τα καλύτερα ανεξάρτητα label στην Αγγλία, αλλά η προτεραιότητά τους ήταν να κυκλοφορήσει δουλειές από πολλά μεγαλύτερα ονόματα από εμάς. Όταν ήρθε η σειρά μας, το label δεν επένδυσε αρκετά στην πρόδοση του άλμπουμ, με αποτέλεσμα να μην πάει καλά στις πωλήσεις και τελικώς να μην δούμε ποτέ λεφτά από την εταιρεία. Δεν πειράζει, μας λέει ο Mohammed Yahya, γιατί πάντα κοιτάει μπροστά και εκμεταλλεύτηκε την κατάσταση, αρχίζοντας να αντιγράφει το ίδιο το CD και να το πουλάει μόνος του. Μετά από λίγο αγόρασε και τον εξοπλισμό για να φτιάχνει τα δικά του CD και μετά προσέλαβε για κόσμο για την διανομή. Μετά από λίγο καιρό κατάφερε να πουλήσει 12.000 άλμπουμ και συνέχισε να πουλάει σταθερά, οπότε τελικώς έβγαλε περισσότερα λεφτά από ό,τι θα έβγαζε από το label. Πώς προέκυψαν οι συνεργασίες με Bambaataa, Talib, Kweli και Bambaataa, ρωτάει ο Άγγελος. Με τον Bambaataa το group είχε κλειστεί να ανοίξει το live, με τον Talib Kweli από την άλλη έχει κάνει 4 περιοδίες και υπάρχει ένα διεθνές φεστιβάλ hip hop, το Trinity Festival, στο οποίο τον είχαν κλείσει για να παίξει, αλλά ταυτόχρονα ήταν και παρουσιαστής του φεστιβάλ μαζί με τον Kweli. Ο brother Ali είναι φίλος του και πρόσφατα ηχογράφησαν μαζί ένα μέρος ο καθένας για ένα κομμάτι του College CD, το οποίο λογικά θα κυκλοφορήσει τους επόμενους μήνες.
Mohammed Yahya, New World Order. Open up your eyes. Everywhere we go, we're under surveillance. No time for ignorance, we're dealing with mass interference. The Muslims wait for their Mahdi, wait for his appearance. Shaitan waits for their day just for evil and defiance. The appliance of science, used for mind control, that's the goal. Don't you know we're living in a fishbowl? The street scenery controlled by CCTV. Put privacy in jeopardy, lack your identity. Times are hard, they're watching you through your Oyster card. Examining your movements like a lifeguard. Locked down like a prison cell without bail. Paying bills off the bills until you're weak and frail. This is the last day where evenness is getting praised. Time of confusion, can't even see through the haze. Lies untold and trusted like religious scripture. Newscasters bringing news, painting the false picture. And when the truth hits you, you know it's make-believe. Hollywood have made you dumb and made you naive. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order. War and terror is the error that we've acquired. Peace, love and unity, community desired. Looking for justice in a world of make-believe. Where the deviants do deceive like the devil did Eve. We told you already, don't believe the hype. Examine the story, don't fall for stereotypes. While the innocent die, we joke and socialize. Our only concern, return every brother alive. Welcome to the matrix, politics and politics. When brothers tell their daughters just to get a fix. Deranged, sluggish brains, no time for free thinking. What do you expect when you select 24-hour drinking? There's more football on the TV than ever before. While you're engrossed in the match, they're changing the law. While the rich get richer, they're wiping out the poor. Genetic warfare, Armageddon's out the door. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. Forever, I'll be a freedom fighter in the streets, crumbling the barricades of injustice when I'm spitting on these beats. Rhymes represent the force of my ancestors. From committed black professors to Islamic architects, heart bleeding for every Palestinian child fighting for his own freedom. Israel's security barriers now become the world's greatest prison. Slavery was not abolished, it's still alive throughout the system. The government are quick to orchestrate terrorism while the media plenty blinds our vision with fabricated images. Our minds are primitive, enslaved to the laws of a fake royal lineage. Yo, I think about the burned libraries, the stolen folders, the broken culture of a tortured soldier, the black genocide and the murder of 100 million slaves. The strength that it would take to liberate our minds from the cycles of these countless states. Rural victims suffering from psychological oppression, depression but no protection, repression but no correction. They stay holding us responsible for the fake terrorist acts, but please take time and study all the facts, cause Islamic scriptures will never glorify that, and that's a fact. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order. It's the new world order. The new world order.
So, tell me now, blind alphabets and native sound.
Oh, wow.
What comes to mind? when you are thinking of those two groups?
Wow, you really done your research, man. You really...
Of course.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So Blind Alphabets. Yeah, that was again one of my closest friends. Iron Braids. He's still rapping, but now he goes by the name of Fly Hooligan. So definitely check him out. And with Native Son, it's my sister, who's a dope singer, songwriter, super talented sister. Does multiple things like designs, paints, and stuff. She's got her own label called Wild Sugar, so definitely check her out.
Oh, nice.
She uses a lot of stuff. Yeah, she's just super dope, man. So definitely check her out. But yeah, so Native Son is like a kind of more an amalgamation of hip hop mixed with kind of some Afro sounds. We really try to. I remember when we first started, we used to say, what would happen if Fela Kuti ever sat down in the studio with Jay Dilla? Okay. What kind of music would they create? I used to wonder. So this was like the beginning of our little thing. And so that's Native Son. And with Blind Alphabets, it was kind of, we used to be actually in another group before Blind Alphabets, which was called Geneva Convention. And it was like a whole big crew of us. And then after that, myself and Iron Braids, we decided to kind of take things a bit more serious. So we set up Blind Alphabets. And that's how we worked with Sean Price. And, you know, he's a really dope guy as well. We actually recorded 2 songs with him, but I only released 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the second? What about the second?
The second one, it's so crazy. The second one, I actually never released it. There was an issue with the files, and this is at the same time that the label like broke down, and I was trying to get the file. It was like a whole mess.
Yes.
It was literally a whole mess. And yeah, so that's what's up.
So you think to release it sometime?
If I'm able to get the files, like it's kind of a little bit beyond my control, because I didn't have access to the files. So I've been for years I've been trying to chase up the person where we recorded it, and it's sad, man, because it would have been a monumental. I'm really gonna try and do it. I'm really gonna try and do it this year and release it and get that stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy.
Yes.
But I spent literally again like a whole afternoon with Sean Price, man. He's like a solid guy, man.
Oh,
a really good
crazy.
guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I spent like he's a
crazy afternoon.
Yeah, crazy afternoon. He was like super funny, like ridiculously funny. The guy was just telling me actually I'm gonna share it. The guy was just funny, man. He was just a super funny guy, man.
Okay. I see. Tell me about the UK hip hop scene right now.
Depends what
your opinion.
It depends what if you're talking about the underground UK rap scene is very different. It's like a scene in itself. You know what I'm saying? Then you have another scene which is more the grime scene. Then you got like the drill scene. So they're all different in itself. You know what I'm saying? So the newer scenes, I can't really talk about them too much because I'm not part of those scenes, and I shouldn't. I'm not the person equipped to talk about that scene. I can speak about the other scenes that I'm more part of, or how I came through. You know? Yeah.
Do you have any artists to suggest to us, to Greek people?
It depends on which scene. Which sound are you talking about?
About boom bap, political rap.
Political, boom bap. Okay. Have you heard of Triple Darkness?
Yes, we know Triple Darkness.
You know Triple Darkness? What do you think of that stuff?
Triple Darkness, I think, is one of the best at the UK at this scene.
Yeah. Absolutely. From that scene, absolutely, man. I've worked with some of them, like people like Cyrus Malachi. I got a song with him on my new album.
Cyrus is very good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Cyrus Malachi. Yeah, he's very, very dope. I love M9. He's a really dope MC. You know what I'm saying? So actually, Iron Braids, who used to be. Yeah, I believe Iron Braids, who used to be with Blind Alphabets. At one point, he was working with Triple Darkness, if I'm correct.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. But then he's changed his sound recently, and now he's become that Fly Hooligan. It's dope as well. It's dope. You should definitely check it out.
Blind Alphabet και Native Son. Τι σου έρχεται στο μυαλό όταν ακούς αυτά τα ονόματα, ρωτάει ο Άγγελος. Του κάνει και πλάκα ο Mohammed Yahya ότι έχει κάνει πολύ καλή έρευνα. Του λέει μπράβο. Στους Blind Alphabets ήταν μαζί με τον Iron Braids, ο οποίος πλέον λέγεται Fly Hooligan. Μας προτρέπει να το τσεκάρουμε. Η Native Son ήταν μαζί με την αδερφή του, η οποία έχει και το δικό της label που λέγεται Wild Sugar, το οποίο επίσης προτείνει να τσεκάρουμε. Η Native Son ηχητικά ήταν ένα αμάγαλμα hip hop και αφρικανικών ήχων. Θυμάται ο ίδιος ότι όταν ξεκίνησε το project αναρωτιόταν τι θα γινόταν αν ποτέ ο Fela Kuti βρισκόταν στο ίδιο στούντιο με τον Jay Dilla. Τι μουσική θα έφτιαχναν. Οπότε αυτή ήταν η αρχή και η βάση των Native Son. Με τους Blind Alphabets, πριν να υπάρξουν οι Blind Alphabets, υπήρχε ένα crew που λεγόταν Geneva Convention, από το οποίο βγήκαν οι Blind Alphabets, ο Iron Braids και ο Mohammed Yahya, από όπου προέκυψαν και οι συνεργασίες με το Son Price, όπου ηχογράφησαν 2 κομμάτια αλλά κυκλοφόρησε ένα. Λόγω της κατάστασης με το label που έκλεινε, ήταν δύσκολο να πάρει τα κανάλια για να κυκλοφορήσει το κομμάτι αυτό. Μας λέει βέβαια ότι θα προσπαθήσει να το κάνει φέτος. Τώρα ρωτάμε να μας πει για την UK hip hop σκηνή. Εξαρτάται για ποια σκηνή μιλάμε. Η underground σκηνή είναι μια σκηνή από μόνη της. Υπάρχει επίσης η grime σκηνή, η drill σκηνή. Βέβαια ο ίδιος λέει ότι δεν είναι ο καταλληλότερος να σχολιάσει για τις νεότερες σκηνές. Το ρωτήσαμε αν έχει να μας προτείνει κάποιους καλλιτέχνες από την Αγγλία. Από πολιτικό και boom bap στυλ hip hop μας προτείνει να τσεκάρουμε τους Triple Darkness, που τους θεωρεί από τους καλύτερους σε αυτή τη σκηνή. Επίσης μας προτείνει το Cyrus Malakai και τον M9.
You keep quiet while people are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker. You keep quiet while people are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker.
How do you sleep at night? How can you eat your dinner? How do you kiss your wife or even pray Salat al-Isha, knowing that your little dinner with Israel's foreign minister gave the green light for them to send in their militia on a mission to terrorize Gaza, land defensive airstrikes even from the harbor. But what's harder for me to comprehend is how you shut the borders as bombs dropped on them, obeying Israeli orders with your people trapped in a pen. The situation is bordered, the bombs dropped on them, and Arab leaders spoke with silence and disowned them. Phosphorus decorated the sky, and I'm still wondering why you chose to comply in cohorts with killers as an innocent die. It's a modern day apartheid in our time alongside inexcusable war crimes, but they don't get chastised. Is that right?
People are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker. You keep quiet while people are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker.
Your silence is consent to their sinning, making you as guilty as those that are pillaging, inflicting torture on those being led like lambs to slaughter. You debauch their hopes and realities. Might as well go back to burying females alive. The truth you can't deny, the genocide of her soul. And inside she corrodes and she cries, she was gold. Keeping it secret out of public domain. I must speak up and speak out, not in my name. You're washed in filth and your acts are profane. If I ruled the world, I swear you'd be slain. For women killed from Somali to Bahrain, in Saudi and Iran, the treatment's the same. The shame you bring upon my ummah, I'll defend her honor. Yeah, spitting flames.
People are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker. You keep quiet while people are dying. You keep quiet while children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker.
Mohammed Yahya, a new kind of Shaka Zulu. I spit the hottest sort of truth like Mordecai Vanunu. In prison for treason, he tried to show us who's deceiving, who's doing the killing, manufacturing biological weapons to eradicate the innocent. Almost 2 decades banged up in a slab drama? Are these human rights taken? They're mentally tortured in solitary confinement. How can I see injustices? Never speak against it. I'd be a fake hypocrite like a Somali president. He's always people being killed by US and Ethiopian troops, destroying the lands and raping the youth. Yeah, check it. What kind of Muslim leader would ever neglect the Sharia? Turn his back on Islam while promoting that bid'ah. House nigga, you were nothing but a US ass kisser. Get a backbone and stop lying to the media. I heard the filthy lies in Al Jazeera, claiming US troops only target the militia. But deep inside you know you only utter a lie, hiding the fact that bomb houses with people inside. Mass murder, civilians leaving their children to die. How can you still find peace when sleeping at night? Has your heart become stone cold? Did your emotions get ripped from the depths of your soul? This world is out of control, so every day I'm praying for guidance. Nothing but liars, addicted to the path of the fire. But I believe in Allah, cause I know He's the best of all planners.
You keep quiet whilst people are dying. You keep quiet whilst children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker. You keep quiet whilst people are dying. You keep quiet whilst children are crying. I'm sick and tired of your behavior. One day you're gonna meet your maker. We're living in marvelous times, cause in 2009 Arab leaders sacked by as Palestinians died. Mubarak, you've got blood in your hands, how does it feel? Are you a slave to Israel or Allah Al-Jalil? Was Saudi's nuclear deal with the USA the reason why them cats didn't have nothing to say about the terrorist wave from a terrorist state? Yet they staged a summit in Kuwait a little too late, cause by then 1,000 people had already been slaves. And Saudi kings look kind giving aid. $1 billion is a pledge that they made, but they spend 300 mil on their trips to Spain. 3,000 on Taraj. Now does that equate when your peeps have no food or aid? Some even sleep in a cave. Think of the life you could save. Don't you crave Allah's shade on Judgment Day? Ya Rabbi, protect us from cowardice, greed and apathy. Ameen.
Tell me about these days. How are things there with the coronavirus and the lockdown at London?
It's all a bit crazy, to be honest, man. So we've got a lockdown, as you know. London, I think, is responsible for at least 30% of the deaths.
Oh.
According to them, you know. So a lot of the deaths are happening. A third of the deaths are happening in London. But yeah, so there's a lockdown on one hand. On another hand, I feel that people are not everyone is still taking it super, super serious. So there's people who are still going out and stuff. And now that the weather's nice, like people just been not really following the rules in that sense. So it is like that. I have mixed feelings though about this whole corona thing, to be honest, man. I really have some mixed feelings. I don't know. I'm still trying to articulate and just figure it out. I'm quite pissed off, obviously, about I don't know if you heard like a couple of days ago what the 2 French doctors suggested.
Yes.
Regarding vaccinating. They were saying, like, you know, they may have the you know, new vaccines against the coronavirus, and they were suggesting to start vaccinating in Africa.
Oh.
Like with some guinea pigs, or like with dogs, or like we're like a laboratory for you to test.
Oh, yes. I see at your Instagram, yes, your story about this.
These 2 doctors in France have suggested that I've said that maybe possibly they have a new vaccine for the coronavirus. And what they suggested, these 2 French doctors, is that we should start vaccinating the people of Africa because they need it the most, because they don't have sanitation and all of this rubbish here. But the stupid thing is that the whole of the continent, I'm talking about a continent that is so much bigger than Europe, yeah? Like the whole of the African continent has less cases than one of the European countries. Italy alone has more than the whole. So if you want to start with your own family and those that need it, innit? Start in your own country. Don't use Africans as laboratory mice.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're not your experiment.
Yes.
We're all human beings here.
Yes, you are right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, must stay calm, stay positive about coronavirus and the lockdown.
Yes.
It's difficult times. And
yeah.
I want to thank you. We have with us to Unknown Sound Show.
Τον ρωτήσαμε να μας πει επίσης τελικώς πώς είναι τα πράγματα αυτή την περίοδο στην Αγγλία με το lockdown. Μας λέει ότι τα πράγματα είναι τρελά. Το Λονδίνο έχει περίπου το 1/3 των θανάτων, αλλά θεωρεί ο ίδιος ότι δεν το παίρνουν όλοι το ίδιο σοβαρά. Μας δηλώνει ότι έχει ανάμεικτα συναισθήματα για την όλη κατάσταση με τον ιό, αλλά προσωπικά έχει εκνευριστεί πάρα πολύ τις τελευταίες μέρες με τη δήλωση 2 Γάλλων γιατρών να δοκιμάσουν πιθανά εμβόλια σε αφρικανικές χώρες, λες και οι άνθρωποι εκεί είναι τα πειραματόζωά τους. Με τη λογική ότι δεν υπάρχουν οι κατάλληλες δομές και υπάρχουν προβλήματα υγιεινής κτλ. Το αστείο της υπόθεσης είναι ότι η Αφρική έχει λιγότερα θύματα από ότι η Ευρώπη. Είμαστε όλοι άνθρωποι, δεν είμαστε πειραματόζωα.
Reject your lies, all sorts and types. Manipulating hate through the games you play. I can tell you're sly. Never shut my eyes to your disguise. Wanna test, come try to distort the truth, but I won't suffice. Even though you try control, you'll never own our soul, 'cause we're more precious than gold. Yes, we're fighters, we're survivors. Your perception won't define us. Our beauty you will not hold. Freedom, yeah, I'm quiero. Dignity, I'm quiero. Justice for us now. Quiero. Freedom, yeah, I'm quiero. Dignity, I'm quiero. Fist up if you're down.
Making my vision come nearer. Seeing the picture get clearer. All of the doubts and the fears fall down. Knowing the power's in me. To lift the veil and see. I'm wise enough to be the higher me. No one will get in my way. Today is my only day to slay the dragon that tries to stand in my way. Fire upon fire in sight. Together we lift the light. Keep your hopes alight and stand in this fight. Quiero freedom, yeah, I'm quiero. Dignity, I'm quiero. Justice for us now. Quiero freedom, yeah, I'm quiero. Dignity, I'm quiero. Fist up if you're down.
Αυτός ήταν λοιπόν ο Mohammed Yahya. Τον ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ που ήταν μαζί μας στο Beyond the Neighborhood. Εσείς μπορείτε να μας στείλετε τις προτάσεις σας για την ίσως επόμενη συνέντευξη στα social media Unknown Sound, στο Instagram και στο Facebook.
Οι εκπομπές ανεβαίνουν στο YouTube και εμείς θα τα πούμε πολύ σύντομα με τον επόμενο καλεσμένο. Καλό βράδυ.
Καλό βράδυ.
He sees, believes, quietly retrieves, alone in the dark now, crying on his knees, limbs face east, pleading for forgiveness, suppressing his beast. Battle of the ego is the clash against the self, stripping every layer, going through internal hell. The crying, obeying, the fasting, the praying, the cleansing of the heart, reciting of the book, contemplating in the dark. Every teardrop brings it closer to his Lord, and he's feeling torn up like a soldier by a sword. But this ain't what he expected. A curse could be a blessing depending on his perspective. If he opened up his heart, he would understand the whys. Instead of losing faith, sending curses at the sky, he doesn't realize, so it comes as a surprise. There's a lesson to be learning, every burden in his life. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall. Every breath brings him closer to his death. The very day will come when there won't be nothing left. All of his possessions will disintegrate to dust. A victim of a cycle full of jealousy and lust. Money, bling, house whips, riding with the biggest clique, flossing with the hardest chick so they can say that he's the shit. A ghetto superstar guy, everything he wants. But what he really wants is no longer have to front. Cause deep inside, quietly carries the pain. He could never show it cause he wouldn't bear the shame. Could he really trade the fame? Flip his lifestyle and never be the same. The best thing in life, money couldn't buy. They filled up his pockets, not the emptiness inside. And the emptiness inside is the reason why he cries. Feeling all alone, contemplating suicide. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall. All good things must come to an end. He got snitched on now, banged in a pen. Stripped off everything alone with no friends. Surrounded by four walls, he cannot pretend. Emotions he feels and he can't understand. Helpless and weak now, trapped in a den. If he have another chance, would he do it again? Nah, he's on a different tip, brother repents. Now he sees, believes, quietly retrieves. Alone in the dark now, crying on his knees. Limbs face east, pleading for forgiveness, suppressing his beast. Battle of the ego is the clash against the self. Stripping every layer, going through internal hell. The crying, obeying, the fasting, the praying, the cleansing of the heart. Reciting of the book, contemplating in the dark. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall. I cried a million tears, probably a little more. Still can't erase the pain that I've seen before. At times haunted by mistakes that I made before. Trying to ignore all the memories I still recall.